I moved into a quiet apartment to escape my past and met the little girl who wouldn't let me stay invisible. I, 24F, never really had what people call a home. My parents were there, technically. But love? Care? Warmth? Not really. I grew up learning how to stay quiet, stay out of the way, and not expect much from anyone. By the time I graduated college, I cut contact and moved to a new city. Small apartment. No friends. No family. Just peace. At least, that's what I thought I wanted. My apartment had thin walls. I noticed that on the very first night, because around 8 p.m., I heard giggling. Not just any giggling. The kind that's loud, messy, uncontrollable. A little girl's laugh. Then a man's voice, softer, tired, but playful. Okay, last story. You said that 3 stories ago. I mean it this time, Papa. I don't know why I kept listening. Maybe because I'd never heard that kind of warmth before. Maybe because it made the silence in my own apartment feel heavier. That became my routine. Every night, around the same time, I'd hear them. Her laughter. His calm voice. The sound of someone being loved properly. And somehow, it started to hurt less. A week later, I met them. I was struggling with grocery bags outside the building when one slipped. Oranges rolled everywhere like my life was mocking me. Before I could react, a tiny voice shouted, "Wait. Orange emergency." I blinked. A little girl, maybe 5 or 6, ran toward me like it was a rescue mission. Behind her was him. Her dad. He looked tired. Not in a careless way, but the kind of tired that comes from trying too hard for too long. But when he looked at her, his whole face softened. "I'm so sorry," he said, helping pick up the oranges. "She takes emergencies very seriously." I shook my head. "It's okay." The little girl handed me an orange like she'd just saved my life. "I'm Era," she said proudly. "And that's my papa. He forgets to smile sometimes." He sighed. "Era." I almost smiled. Almost. After that, Era decided I was her friend. There was no discussion. She'd knock on my door randomly. "Do you like cartoons? Why are you always alone? Do you not have a mama?" That last one caught me off guard. I hesitated. "No." She nodded like she understood something much bigger than her age. "That's okay," she said. "You can share mine." I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Her dad, Jake, was more reserved. He always apologized for her bothering me, but he never really stopped her. One evening, the power went out in the building. I hate the dark. Not because it's dark, but because it's quiet. Too quiet. A soft knock came on my door. I opened it to see Era holding a small flashlight. "Emergency again," she whispered dramatically. "You have to come with us." I don't know why I followed her. But I did. Their apartment was warm, messy, lived in, real. Jake lit candles while Era dragged me to sit beside her. "Papa," she looked scared, Era announced. I stiffened. "I'm not." "It's okay," he said gently, not even looking at me directly. "You can stay until the lights come back. No pressure. No questions. Just space." I sat there, quietly, while Era leaned against me like it was normal. Like I was normal. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel like an outsider. Weeks turned into months. Somehow, I became part of their routine. Dinner sometimes turned into 3 plates instead of 2. Era started calling me her person. And Jake. He started looking at me differently. Not pity. Not curiosity. Something softer. Careful. Like he was afraid I might disappear. One night, after Era fell asleep mid-story, I was about to leave when he stopped me. "You don't have to go," he said quietly. I hesitated. "I don't want to intrude." "You're not," he replied. There was a pause. Then he added, almost like it cost him something. "She smiles more when you're around." My chest tightened. No one's ever said that about me before. He looked at me then. Really looked. "That says more about them than you." I think that was the moment something in me broke. Or maybe, healed. Era made it official a week later. She handed me a crayon drawing. It was 3 stick figures holding hands. "That's me," she said, pointing. "That's Papa. And that's you." I swallowed. "What am I?" She smiled like it was obvious. "Family." I cried that night. Not because I was sad, but because for the first time in my life, someone chose me. Not out of obligation. Not out of guilt. But out of love. Update. It's been 1 year. I don't live next door anymore. I live with them. Because I married him. Era still declares emergencies over small things. Jake still forgets to smile sometimes. But now, I remind him. And sometimes, when it's late at night and Era falls asleep between us, I realize something I never thought I'd have. A family that isn't forced. A love that isn't fragile. A home I didn't have to beg for.